Hello everyone, welcome to Tech Sharmat. In this session, we are going to talk about another very important topic related to medical coding anatomy, where mainly we are going to start the discussion about the human body system. Okay, so here we will just discuss the introduction part, like what is a human body system or organ system in human bodies, right? We'll try to understand its importance, functionalities, and the types that are most common. Okay, but before we proceed further with this session, I would like to recommend you to please go and check out the previously released session first, because they all are in proper sequence and sync. So if you follow it sequentially, then it would be much more easier for you to understand the ongoing topic, because for time being we are just mainly focusing on body systems, but prior to that you should know what are the terminologies and other things that we have already covered so far. Okay, and for that you can also refer the Tech Sharmat digital course book, which is freely available in the description box. There you will find thousands of sessions available in both Hindi as well as English language. So without any language barrier, you can easily consume the content. And in case if you have any queries, you can simply reach out to me through comment section. I would be more than happy to answer all your questions there. Okay. Alright, so let's get started and see what is body systems. Okay. So we'll start from the definition itself. Let's say if someone asks you in the interview what is a system, so how you will respond to that? So you can simply say that a system in a human body is a group of organs that work together to perform one or more specific functions that keeps the body alive, healthy and functioning properly. Okay, so when a group of organs work together to perform a certain task, one or maybe more than one task, then with the purpose to keep the body alive, healthy and functioning properly, then it is called as system. Now if you relate it with the company, like just like a company has a different department, it has account department, it has marketing department and HR department, and each doing a specific job but all working together to run the company. Similarly, the human body has a different system, each doing a specific job but all working together to keep you alive. Okay, so I think with this company example you can relate like what we are talking about. Okay, now next what we will do, we will see the why do we need it, right? What are the importance of human body system? Okay, so conclusion is fine, like body system, a group of organs working together to perform a specific function in the body. Now the question comes, why does the body need system? Okay, so the human body is extremely complex living machine, no doubt. No single organ can perform all the function needed to keep the body alive. That is also true. This is why the body organized into systems. Okay, so we know that human body is very complex and a single organ cannot perform all the functions needed to keep the body alive. That's why it is organized into multiple systems. So first importance is division of work. Yes, each system is specialized in a specific function, so it can perform that functions efficiently. Second is coordination. System work together and communicate with each other to maintain the overall body function. That is true. Next is efficiency. Specialized system perform their function far more efficient than the one organ try to do everything. Okay, so if only one organ try to do everything, it will fail, right? That's why we can say that in a proper human body system, efficiency is also enhanced. Next is survival. Together all systems maintain the coordination necessary for life. Okay, so if everything is working in sync, that means it can survive for the necessary conditions. Okay, alright, now the next thing is, before we move deeper into this human body system, we should know at least these information, because this is, you can say, the key component, right? So same thing I mentioned here, before understanding the system, it is important to understand how the body is organized from the simplest level to the most complex level. Okay, so here I have created one table with level, description and example. Let's see one by one. First is chemical level, which include atoms and molecule, the simplest level, like water, glucose, DNA and protein. Then we have cellular level, cells, the basic unit of life, muscle, cell, nerve cell, blood cell. Then we have tissue level, groups of similar cells performing the same function, like muscle tissue, nervous tissue, epithelial tissue. Then we have organ level, group of different tissues working together, heart, lungs, stomach, brain. Then we have system level, groups of organs working together like cardiovascular system, nervous system. And then we have organism level, all system working together, the complete living human body, the human being. Okay, so this is how it is divided into levels. Although we have discussed one particular session regarding the levels of organism, so you can also go and check out that session, but for now I just recap it everything because we are learning about the human body system, so we should know at least these things. Okay, so we can say that each level build upon the previous one. That is true. Okay, everything is connected with each other. Atoms makes the molecule, molecules make the cell, cell makes the tissue, tissue makes the organ, and organ makes the system, and then system makes the complete organism or human body. Clear? So I think this part is clear. Now the next thing is basic tissues. Yes, so before we move into the system properly, we should know at least the basic 4 type of tissues, because tissues forms the organ and organ forms organ system. So it is important to know at least the 4 basic tissue types in the human body. So let's see one by one. The first tissue is epithelial tissue, which covers and lines the body surface, organ and cavities. It forms glands. Functionality, protection, secretion, absorption, filtration. An example are skin surface, lining of digestive tract, lining of blood vessel, right? So these all comes under a epithelial tissue. Next is connective tissue. And we all know the most abundant and widely distributed tissue in the body is connective tissue, because it connects, support and bind other tissues together. Functions are support, protection, binding, storage, transportation. And the example are bone, cartilage, fat, which also known as adipose tissues, blood, tendons and ligament. Next is muscle tissue. Muscle tissue, it is specialized for the contraction, produce movement. There are 3 types: skeletal muscle, which is voluntary muscle, smooth muscle, involuntary movement of organ, and cardiac muscle, that is heart muscle. Function is very simple: movement, posture and heat production. And the next one is nervous tissue, which is specialized for communication, generates and transmit electric signals, found in the brain, spinal cord and nerves. Function is sensing stimuli, processing information, controlling body function. So these all comes under a nervous tissue. Now next thing is, how many system does a human body have? This is very simple question, and I'm sure those who are from the biology background, they already know how many systems are there, right? But before we conclude it, we should at least know what all systems are there. Okay, and also we should know about these facts, that the human body has almost 11 major organ system. Each system has its own specific organ, its own specific function, its own way of contributing to the overall human body health. Okay, although these are very detailed session which needs, right, each system has its own functionality and we should cover it in a deeper way. But for now, just go through one by one each point so that we can understand what it is. Okay, so here I have created one table with system, key organ and main function. So one by one we will go to it. The first is integumentary system, which organ is skin, hair, nails. It is used for protection, temperature regulation. Then we have skeletal system, bones, joints, cartilage, its support, protection and movement. Then we have muscular, skeletal, smooth, cardiac muscle, movement, posture, heat production. Then we have nervous system, that includes brain, spinal cord, nerves, control, coordination, sensation. Then we have endocrine, which is gland, pituitary and thyroid, etc., hormone production and regulation. Next is cardiovascular system, heart, blood vessel, blood, transport of oxygen and nutrients. Next is lymphatic or immune system. Lymph nodes, spleen and thymus defense against infection. Next is respiratory system. Lungs, trachea, diaphragm, gas exchange, O2 and CO2. After that we have digestive system, which includes stomach, intestines, liver, digestion and absorption of food. Then we have urinary system, includes kidneys, bladder, urethra, waste removal, fluid balance. After that we have reproductive system, ovaries, testes, uterus, reproduction and sex hormones. So these all are the systems that comes under a human body. Okay, so I think now you have idea of it. Now let's see what other things we have. Yes, this is very important. So regarding human body system, you should know the interdependence of the body system, because no system work alone. Every system depends on the other system to function properly. Okay, and this is called interdependence. Example: the respiratory system brings in oxygen, the cardiovascular system delivers that oxygen to every cell, then the digestive system absorbs nutrition, the cardiovascular system distributes those nutrition throughout the body, then we have nervous system and endocrine system together to control, coordinate all the system. Skeletal system and muscle system work together to produce movement. Urinary system and respiratory system both help maintain blood pH. Lymphatic system depends on cardiovascular system for fluid balance. Okay, so we can say every system is connected with each other to work properly. So we can clearly conclude that if one system fail, it affects other system. For example, if the cardiovascular system fails, which is heart attack, then every other system is affected, because of the oxygen and nutrition cannot no longer be delivered to any organ. Okay, so this is a very important thing. Next thing is homeostasis. You should know this term homeostasis. What is homeostasis? The goal of the human body system. Okay, so homeostasis is the ability of the body to maintain a stable internal environment despite the constant changes in the external environment. Okay, so we all know that external environment is keep changing one time to time, right? Then in that situation, homeostasis is the ability of the body to maintain everything stable internally. For example, you can see all 11 body systems work together with one ultimate goal to maintain the homeostasis. Okay, and what is the example? Maintaining the body temperature at 37 degrees centigrade. Okay, keeping the blood glucose at normal level 70 to 110 milligram mg. Then we have maintaining blood pressure within normal range 120 to 80. Then we have keeping the blood pH between 7.35 to 7.45, maintaining proper water and electrolyte balance. So these are the all examples of homeostasis. The next thing is feedback mechanism. Yes, for a good system, feedback mechanism is very important. So the body uses a feedback mechanism to maintain homeostasis. There are two types of feedback: negative feedback and positive feedback. The most common mechanism: when something changes, the body reverses that change to bring it back to the normal. Example: blood sugar rises after eating, insulin is released, blood sugar is brought back down. Next is example: body temperature rises, sweating begins, and the body cools down. So these are some simplest example that you can understand that due to these mechanism, like the automatic solution is implemented there. Okay, next is positive feedback. It amplifies a change, pushes it further in the same direction, used in situation where process needs to be completed rapidly. Example: during childbirth, contraction cause more oxytocin to be released, stronger contraction until delivery is complete. Okay, and during a blood clotting factor activate more clotting factors until the clot is formed. Okay, so this is how the human body feedback mechanism work. Now we have learned so many things, right? So how we will remember all these things? So for that I have created one small memory tip for you. Like if you want to learn all these system name, so what you can learn, you can simply learn the statement: in case the enemy catches real danger, use rapid measures. Okay, which includes I, integumentary, cardiovascular, T is for skeleton, okay, which is a bit different. Then endocrine, muscular, then we have respiratory, digestive, urinary, reproductive, immune, lymphatic, nervous. Okay, so this is how you can learn. This is just a statement which will help you to recall this all these systems. Okay, next is for the 4 tissues types. So every cat meows nicely, that means epithelial, connective, muscle and nervous. And for homeostasis, negative feedback, normal, most common brings things back to normal, and positive feedback, push further, less common, pushes a process to the completion. Okay, so these are the all things that you should know at least for the basics of human body system. I hope today's session is clear to all of you, and in the next session we will discuss few more things. But before that, please do answer of one question of today's, and the question is, what is peritoneal fluid pleura? Okay, what is peritoneal fluid? So I think this is a misprint, so you can just simply answer what is peritoneal fluid. So you have to just share your knowledge in the comment section. In case if you don't know the answer, you can refer the previous session. There we have already discussed this in detail. And why it is important to share answer, because we are learning so many things in this series. So if you recall it timely manner, then things would be very easy for you, because at the time of interview or examination you can recall what we have learned today, right? So that's why just try to recall everything. And also when you share your answer, it will really help others to take a reference. Let's say if someone don't know the answer of this question, they can simply reach out to comment section, and there they can find the answers. Also, when you start commenting on these sessions, it gives me the notification that you guys are learning from this series, and on the basis of that only I release more sessions related to it. Okay, so once I got so many answers for this question, I'll publish the remaining sessions for the medical coding. So yeah, that's all for today. See you in the next session with new topics. So thank you for watching Tech Sharmat.